April 2024. And we have a number of very interesting news. And as every spring, we are talking about the new Ardbeg special bottling for the Ardbeg Day, and this time 2024. And it's called the Ardbeg Spectacular. The first Ardbeg from bourbon casks mixed together with port wine casks. I'm really excited about it. Sounds really nice, and also Horst is gonna like it because his favorite are port wine casks. 46% ABV, not colored, not chill filtered, as always. And yeah, it's gonna be the usual game. First the committee members in the Ardbeg embassies, and then in the end everybody else is gonna have some, and yeah, that's also us. Yeah, then we have Glenmorangie bringing out the triple cask reserve to the market. And it's a mixture between 3 different casks: bourbon, new charred oak, and rye whiskies. And very nicely, it's actually in their core range, so it's gonna be one more Glenmorangie whiskey in their range, 48% ABV, and you can buy it on Whisky.com as well. And Whisky.de and Whisky.com, yeah. Then we are having a new news from Douglas Laing, and they are bringing out the Strathearn Single Malt. And Strathearn is a small distillery they own since 2019, and their first release is going to be 32 casks, ex-bourbon casks, ex-sherry casks, and virgin oak casks. Yeah, that is quite common for new distilleries with virgin oak and ex-sherry casks to just get a bit more flavor into it, to get interesting first bottling. No coloring, no chill filtering, 50% ABV, so I'm looking forward to that. And then we have Douglas Laing bringing out the Timorous Beastie Madeira edition. And it's their second release of the cheese cellar collection. Yeah, and nowadays really the whiskey scene has a bit of a subgroup in them as the food pairing scene, so a little overlap with the food pairing, because it's especially for pairing with cheese, and that has become really a common theme. So write down in the comments below if you have ever been with the food pairing scene, because they are really a big scene. 48% ABV, not colored, not chill filtered. And then we have another celebrity entering the whiskey scene. This time it's a British person, Rod Stewart, and he brings out Wolfie's whiskey. Yeah, he's kind of a legend within the scene, and he has created his own whiskey label. It's in homage to the Scottish roots of the singer, and yeah, he brings out as a blended Scotch, so it can be a grain with malt together, and both is produced at the Lomond Distillery, whereas they can use other malts or grain whiskey as well, but I guess it will be all from Loch Lomond, because the guys at Loch Lomond produce a lot, and they do have the knowledge and capability to produce almost anything. Yeah, it is available on Whisky.com as well. And then we have staff changing, and this time it's Laphroaig again, and this is Barry MacAffer leaving Laphroaig, and he decided to give up his position as distillery manager of Laphroaig, and he has been there for 13 years. And yeah, we can be a little bit excited about where he will hit next, because I think he will stay within the scene, because the scene pays very well, and people like him are in very, very high demand. But who knows? Maybe we'll have him on the news during the next weeks. Yeah, let's see. Stay subscribed to get these news. And then we have William Grant & Son bringing out the new Wildmoor whiskey. Wildmoor is a new blended Scotch brand of William Grant & Son, which are the proprietors of Glenfiddich and Balvenie and Kinninvie, and So their new range of whiskies is 7 whiskies between 21 and 24 years old. And I do have rumors, I'm not quite sure how much they are confirmed, but I've heard that this was kind of the private label of the family, and it kind of got a little bit out of hand. They only wanted to have it as a private level, but it kind of got out of hand to become bigger than it should be, and they then decided, okay, too many whiskeys, let's go on the open market and give everybody a chance. So this is kind of reflects what the family likes to consume or likes to gift. I don't know what they use that private label for. Then we go back to Loch Lomond, again in the news, with a new 25-year-old. It's made of first fill, refill, and recharred American oak casks. And yeah, that is typical for Loch Lomond. They are really not with the different kind of finishes and stuff. That is the core range of Loch Lomond. They are not really into this, other casks finishing and stuff. They do it, but it's not their core knowledge. Their core knowledge is distilling, and this time they actually said we're actually limiting us to distilling only on the stills, or taking only new make from the stills with their straight neck stills. So you can still have the cooling ring on and off and have different kind of yeasts and a lot of other stuff. So this is enlarging their portfolio. So it's going to be in the core range, 46% ABV and not chill filtered. Yeah, and 25 years old. So this is it with Scotland. A lot of news from Scotland this time. And we are going over to Ireland. It's McConnell's Distillery, and they're producing their first new make. And this is not Ireland as in Republic Ireland, but Northern Ireland. And they are from Belfast. And they are one of the biggest of Northern Ireland, with 500 litres of yearly production capacity. And when I say that, that was in the press release. And if you think about it, that there are not many distilleries in Northern Ireland. On top of my head, I can only think of 2. One of them is them. So if they are one of the biggest, maybe they're the smallest. Yeah, so I don't want to talk any more about this. 500 litres of yearly production capacity. You can make your own mind about with that fact. That I think is pretty much confirmed. Yeah. They're producing for their own blend brand, the J&J McConnell's Irish Whiskey, but they also do want to do a single malt, but for some reason the single malt should come out 2029. Now, if I think about it, with the maturation, it's not that close, so yeah, maybe they just need a bit of maturation and want to come out not just with a 3-year-old, but a little bit of an old whiskey. From my point of view, if you're a new distillery, you should bring out the 5, depending on what cask you use, maybe 4, but 5 should be the one that you're looking for. At 5, you're good whiskey. So, anyways, it continues with Northern Ireland. Bushmills, the other distillery in Northern Ireland, 14 years, and it will have a 14-year in their core range. And we had a lot of Bushmills earning Whisky.com awards, gold awards, because they were really good with their finishing. And this 14-year-old is now finished in Malaga cask. So yes, I want to have that on the cask and try it. 40% ABV, and it will be available on, or is available on Whisky.com. So have a look. Maybe you can beat me to it, of trying it. Yeah. Then we have a Dingle, and now it comes on to my Gaelic again. So Cónocht and Earraigh, Cónocht, Earraigh, double R. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's the 6th edition of the Wheel of the Year. Yeah, the Gaelic Wheel of the Year with the seasons and the festivals of the year and all that kind of stuff. Plus, they're bringing out 2 new single casks. So this Gaelic name is getting a finish in Cabernet Sauvignon wine cask, 50.5% ABV, and 2 8-year-old single casks with Oloroso sherry casks and bourbon casks. Yeah, and they are all available at Whisky.com. Have a look. Yeah, then we are finished with Ireland. Let's go over to the United States. The Bulleit Rye 12-year-old is coming back. Yeah, they had a 5-year break, and they're getting a facelift, so like new bottling, and they're getting a green label because now they have a color coding rye green. It's an American straight rye whiskey, although yeah, 1 distillery means straight and also 2 years, so kind of redundant. If you have the 12-year-old Bulleit Rye, it is always a straight whiskey. So yeah, but nice to call it a straight whiskey if you can do. But 5-year break, but it's gonna be a limited version. So yeah, they made run out again. So 92 proof, 46% ABV. If you see it, you might as well buy it. They'll probably get rid of their shelves or leave the shelves pretty soon and have another break. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, then we go into the international market, and here's something I'd really like to try because it sounds really strange and sounds really cool. Also, might be really disgusting or might be really good. It's the Kamiki Drinks. They're bringing out their first Japanese single malt. And the maturation in the cask is very interesting because it was matured for 3 years in oak cask. Not very special, but it got a finish in Japanese cedar casks and is now world's first Yoshino Sugi Japanese cedar cask finish single malt whiskey. Yeah, that is a long name. And yeah, 48% ABV. Cedar casks might give a little bit of a other vibe to the whiskey as well. And the last thing that I want to mention is the Whisky.com shop is now also delivering to Belgium. Yes, the second country out of the German-speaking region is now being delivered to. So you can now buy in Netherlands and Belgium. Yeah, so it's kind of both next to each other, these countries. So yeah, if you live in Belgium, then have a nice try and work through the shop and find your whiskey or rum or gin that you like. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.